Welcome everybody to the Tiger Network, where you're watching coverage of the Trinity University Tigers versus the Endicott College Gulls. I am Reed Rosales. Joining me is Jade Schoenberger. And after a tough last weekend, Jade, the Tigers are certainly looking to bounce back against a good Endicott squad.
Absolutely great to be back here in Calgard Gym. Always tough to have some losses the previous weekend, but that is just fueling these Tigers as they kick off this tournament. They will be the first to take the first point here in set one, and that'll send Jenna Rodriguez back to serve.
Jenna Rodriguez having a very successful campaign behind the service line. Only 2 service errors compared to 14 aces.
Incredible. The Tigers overall have been really maintaining strong aggressions, and there you have it, an ace right off the bat. But they've been really putting the pressure on behind that service line, as we mentioned in the first tournament here. They're really targeting a lot of areas, but specifically the back 2 feet of the court, really forcing the opponent to make a decision as to whether or not that ball is going to be in. And then, again, another great serve by Jenna Rodriguez. Defense there by Josie Dare, unable to get that ball up, so that'll be Endicott's first point.
Hadley Hellenbrook, early leader in kills for the Gulls. Already over 100 kills in this young season. Very impressive for the sophomore. The serve from Hellenbrook. Dare trying for Mackenzie Logan. Huge swing, but a great dig by Hellenbrook. Next attack from Endicott. That'll be a point for the Gulls as Eva Grace Dresbach, the freshman out of Pawcatuck, Connecticut, getting the kill. It's another serve for Hellenbrook. Good reception by Watley. Dare goes to Mackenzie Logan. Softer approach, but taken in all the same by Endicott, but the Tiger block comes through. Their attack is sent right back at them. So 3-2, Trinity leading. Oh, double substitution as Courtney Pope enters this match for the first time, along with Kendall DeRavel, who is back to serve. Serve from DeRavel. It's a tough one. McGuire setting, and that one is going to get over. An incredible save. Good thinking by the Tigers. First attack from Draper gets sent back to her. Next attack from Dresbach, in between the blocker and the net. Never a good situation when you are a blocker up front. That ties things up 3-3.
Yep, Star right there at the net, just needing a little bit stronger of a press. That ball falling on the Tigers' side, and then frantically trying to get that ball up. It's going to be that point for Endicott. Tied 3-3 here. Jenna Rodriguez with the pass, and that one's going to be an ace for Endicott. So they will take the lead here in set one, up 4-3.
Emma Rule, the libero for Endicott, to thank for that service ace. She'll get another opportunity to show what she has. Difficult receive. Gonna be a free ball for the Gulls. Good opportunity. McGuire quicks at the middle, tips it. Picked up by the Tigers. Swing for Mackenzie Logan. And they call a touch, so kill for Mackenzie Logan. Endicott dodging that one, thinking that nobody touched it, but somebody did. Be Mackenzie Logan back to serve. Mackenzie Logan in the conversation for being the best server for the Tigers, but so far,
Jinxed her.
we'll have to wait till her next serve in the rotation comes around. The Tigers had a really good time serving in their last match against WashU in St. Louis, where they had 18 service aces. So very impressive from the service line in that match, but ended up dropping it in 4 sets.
That last substitution for Mackenzie Logan is going to be freshman Bryn Bishop subbing in as a DS. Back row there for our 0-2. This set's going to go back. Right side swings picked up by Endicott.
Swing from Dresbach. A good waterfall ball for Dresbach. That'll be 6-4, Endicott leading. So a good start for the Gulls. They await Amelia Beigel's serve, affectionately called Bagel by the bench. DeRavel going to Watley. Swing from Watley taken in by Hellenbrook. And the next swing from Dresbach is out. So Tigers only trailing by 1 to the Gulls.
Yeah, overall a pretty strong start for both teams here. Points going back and forth. Normally we see one team start a lot stronger than the other here in the first set. It's going to be Taylor Starr back there serving. Freshman middle. and that ball's going to go long. So Tigers needing to reel it in a little bit behind the service line. We've had a couple of serves go out the back. Jenna Rodriguez will step back on, and that'll be Dresbach back there to serve for Endicott.
The freshman serves. It's put up. Rodriguez having to set. Watley's attack is taken in. McGuire trying to get the dump, but the freshman watches the ball fall on her side of the court as it goes into the net. Tigers only trailing by 1 as they continue to linger around as Endicott and the Tigers trade kills and mistakes all the same. Josie Dare back to serve.
Definitely a nice look for McGuire. Unlike the Tigers who run a 6-2 rotation, Endicott's running a 5-1, so you will see that setter in the front row with opportunities to put the ball down herself. Outside swings pushed inside, picked up. Right side swing for the Tigers off the block. Nice dig. Tight ball. Endicott will get that one through, and the Tigers will throw over a free ball.
Set for McGuire. Hellenbrook keeps getting denied by the Tigers. Sends over a down ball, picked up by Rodriguez. Quick set to the middle. Maddie Fate. Pinpoint precision for Fate. Ties things up 7-7. The Tigers finally break through.
Great look for Fate there. Defense trying to get back into their positions in the midst of that play. Caught them on their heels and placed it in the perfect spot right in the middle of the court.
Connolly McWilliams up front for the Tigers. McGuire, quick back set. And just a missed pass from Trinity puts it in a spot where no one can connect to it. So the goals go up by 1. Yet again, it is 8-7, Endicott in the lead. We'll bring back Abby Downs. Abby Downs played a good role in the Endicott's first match against Eastern. Connolly McWilliams, huge swing. And that one is going to not quite be on the second floor, but was very close. Huge swing for Connolly McWilliams. Now Reagan Watley back to serve as Mackenzie Logan re-enters this match. So the goal defense will have to be on their toes. McGuire trying to run Hellenbrook, but just gets sent back to her. Down ball sent over by Dresbach. There, going to Mackenzie Logan. The swing catches the corner. Kill for Mackenzie Logan and the Tigers. That's kill number 3 for her. Watley will try and get the goals out of system again with a good serve. McGuire, quick set the middle, set back. That'll be a block for the Tigers. The attack attempt from Megan Murphy. Not doing much for the goals. Watley back to serve yet again. Watley serve. Off the platform of Dresbach, and that'll be an ace for Reagan Watley. Tigers up by 3, and timeout Endicott as the goals want to talk things over.
Great start for both teams, but Tigers really pushing in these most recent points. You see it in the stats on your screen. Tigers starting things off with a 400 hitting percentage, and that's truly what's carrying them here in the first. Those 3 errors from Endicott. You never want to give the Tigers freebie points. We've said it time and time again. But again, overall, a great start for both teams. We'll see how it shakes up after this timeout.
Head coach for Endicott, Tim Byram, UMaine Farmington alum, graduated in '94, and his 25th year with the Gulls. And under his leadership, they have won titles in their conference. It used to be called, I believe, the Coastal Commonwealth Conference, but now they're called the Conference of New England. They changed their name this year. And they are favorites to win their conference. But it's very close, very contentious. They were runners-up last year. They lost to rival Wentworth, who is tied in first place votes for pick to win the conference. Endicott barely edging out Wentworth, so it'll be a good matchup between those two squads up in New England. And Endicott looking to play some really good teams in order to be prepared for their tough conference. So they want to get back in the NCAA tournament. Playing a team like the Tigers, who is predicted to win the SCAC in their coaches poll. They were a bit more unanimous. Serve from Watley. McGuire trying to set Hellenbrook, swings in the net. So out of the timeout, Tigers get a point. Likely not what Endicott really wants right now. Trying to get Whatley off the service line. And that one dies on impact. Free ball for the Tigers. Dayer, quick setting Maddie Fate. And Maddie Fate imposes her will. It's 13-8 thanks to Maddie Fate.
Yeah, hopefully you don't jinx her here, but we mentioned it before. Tigers really strong behind the service line, pushing deep into the court, and it's working here against Endicott here in the first set. And there you have it, another ace from Whatley. That one dying a little bit mid-court there. For her previous 2 sets, catching Endicott high, really forcing them to make a decision, and it looked like they were making the decision just a hair too late. We will see a substitution here for Endicott, probably as a result of the challenging serves. It's going to be number 11, Golaski, subbing in.
Whatley trying to continue her good service run. Difficult set, but put over. It's going to be a double called as McGuire just tried to push it over. 15-8, Tigers are really extending their lead now, as the serving of Reagan Whatley has been a lot to adjust for. His next serve. The best serve received yet. Hellenbrook gets the tool off the block for the kill. A great sigh of relief for the goals as they finally don't have to deal with Whatley serving anymore.
Yeah, really, really great outside. Aggressive swing there. The ball was almost on the Tiger side. Really, really tight set, and Trinity normally has a really strong block that is challenging to face, but she used it to her advantage there, really, with that tool. Tigers still in the lead here, but Endicott back to serve. Unfortunately, that falls out, so a quick side out here for the Tigers. That's going to send another great server, Jenna Rodriguez, back to serve.
Tigers may be a bit lucky that McGuire served long, because she is one of the most dangerous servers for Endicott. Rodriguez, good change-up serve, and that one's going to hit the scorers table. Tigers have been really good behind the service line so far, as Jenna Rodriguez back to serve again. Tigers up 17-9. Close to the net. The swing from Draper. Too much to handle for the Tigers. So Endicott reaches double digits at 17-10. And Coach Jenkins having a word with Taylor Starr. Maybe also passing something along to Dayer. But Hellenbrook back to serve for Endicott. Sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia gives a good serve. Dayer, quick setting Starr, pushing it over. Bump set for Dresbach. Good dig by Whatley. Dayer going for Mackenzie Logan. Gets dug by McGuire. Bump set again. Draper with the attack. Dug by Dayer. Rodriguez setting. Mackenzie Logan, one touch off the block for the goals. Dresbach will end up getting the kill. They're still down by 6, but Endicott still showing life.
Yeah, Taylor Starr a little bit late on that last block. Needed to transition a little bit quicker. She was a little bit open instead of having a nice strong press. Excuse me. It's going to be Dayer pushing this one out to Mackenzie Logan, and she tools. That's the side out that the Tigers were looking for, but they do maintain a pretty strong lead here in set 1. It's going to lead to their double substitution, Darivel and Courtney Pope entering the match.
And Endicott had to deal with an Eastern team that was also very tough servers. They adjusted as the match went along, but Darivel trying to cause her own problems, but a huge swing from Dresbach. Nothing the Tigers could really do there. So 18-12. Dresbach starting to heat up a little bit in the first set. Now Emma Rule back to serve. Senior out of Duxbury, Massachusetts. Received by Rodriguez. The swing from Courtney Pope is a strong one, but handled by Endicott. Dresbach going with a lighter approach. Bump set for Courtney Pope. She tips it over, and that'll be a kill for Courtney Pope. 19-12. Tigers 1 away from 20. Mackenzie Logan back to serve for Trinity. Serve for number 17. Is long yet again. So Mackenzie Logan will head back to the bench as number 11, Bryn Bishop, heads on to the court for the Tigers. The first-year libero out of Indianola, Iowa. Intended major is psychology. Back to serve for Endicott is, you can hear the chants maybe, but it is Amelia Beigel. And an over is an easy kill for Endicott, as the serve receive was perhaps not the best. So Beigel will get another attempt to serve, as the chants of her name, they hold up O's. Another good serve from Beigel. Again, Watley, big swing off of Rule. That's behind head coach Byram. A great swing from Watley for the kill. Cassidy McLean will sub on to serve in place of Taylor Starr. Tigers up by 6. Looking to close this one out comfortably. McLean, a junior out of the Woodlands, Texas, gives a good serve. McGuire, long set for Dresbach. Barely misses. It was close, but good eyes by the Tigers. They're up by 7.
Cassie McLean, a player we've seen sub in for the Tigers in really pinch clutch situations. She has historically been subbing in as a serving specialist for the Tigers for the past couple of seasons. And boy, does she do her job well. There you have it, an ace once again. Really challenging to be on the bench and be subbed in pinch situations like that, but she is consistent. That'll be a timeout called by Endicott. Tigers with a pretty large lead here in the first set. Tigers up 22-14.
And head coach for the Trinity Tigers, Julie Jenkins, the founder, the only coach that Trinity has ever had. And she is very good at what she does. Over 1,000 wins in her lengthy career here at Trinity. Playing against another long-term head coach in Tim Byram, 25 years. So a lot of experience between the two. That is 65 years of volleyball.
Crazy.
But right now, Coach Jenkins' Tigers are hitting very well.
Yeah, we saw them in the last CalGuard opening tournament. They had an incredible start with that hitting percentage, and they're doing it again here back at home. Started things off 474 with 0 errors. Not a bad start at all. Those 6 errors are what's really hurting Endicott, as well as their serve receive, as we've seen the Tigers with several aces. 5 aces here to kick off set 1 alone. Tough start again for Endicott, but again, we're only here in the first set. It's still anybody's match. It's going to be Cassidy McLean ready to go behind that service line as Endicott steps back onto the court.
McLean's intended major is biology. So the biology major will serve us out of the timeout. Endicott back on the court, having a bit of a longer huddle. Trying to maybe make adjustments to the serve receive. There's talk between Coach Byram and the down judge. And coming onto the court for the Tigers is number 20, Ashley Garza, first-year setter out of Edinburgh, Texas.
Awesome to see her on the court. We didn't see her in the opening tournament. There are 3 setters on this Tiger roster. Tigers kicking off with quite a bit of a lead. So getting some opportunities here. I think we were dealing with, I think, potentially some blood on the jersey. So that was the slight delay there in regards to Rule on Endicott's side. But she's now back on the court. It's going to be Cassidy McLean once again back there to serve.
McLean serves us out of the timeout and serves long. So an effective timeout for Endicott.
Or was it the delay? Who knows?
We'll see if Dresbach can get the goals back into this one. And so far, so good, as that's an ace. Brent Bishop just couldn't form the right platform, kind of stuck in between the upper and lower.
Yeah, some tough decision making there. You could hear the Tiger squad calling it out, but caught her high. It's going to be another ace. Reagan Watley unable to get that ball playable. So Endicott not going down without a fight here in set one. Tigers needing to have one quick side out here, and they will get it with a freebie. Ball going out the back. The side out that the Tigers were looking for. It's going to lead to their double substitution. So Ashley Garza will not get a set off, but maybe we'll see her in the following sets of this match. It's going to be Josie Dare back to serve.
Must be the biggest come on man moment ever. Everything happening behind the service line so far out of this timeout.
She was ready. She was all smiles. Maybe we'll see her in set two. It's going to be Endicott here out of the back row, and that is long. So another freebie point for the Tigers, and they are now at set point.
The Tigers have Maddie Fate, Reagan Watley, and Connolly McWilliams up front. And Josie Dare back to serve. Dare serve. McGuire setting up Hadley Hellenbrook. Gets the ball between the blocker and the net. Endicott needing to be perfect for quite a bit, but not an impossible margin to come back from. Certainly have seen crazier things happen in Calgard Gym over the years, but I'll go to Abby Downs.
It's also nice to see Endicott's outsides maintaining an aggressive play with that last swing. Another outside swing here. Nice, strong, and catches Jenna Rodriguez with that cross court. They might be down, but they are going in swinging. So that's going to be another point for Endicott.
Timeout called by Julie Jenkins as the Tigers wanting to maybe talk about the serve receive a little, as out of the timeout, now 2 timeouts ago, the serve receive has deteriorated just a little bit.
Yeah, serve receive definitely the weakness on both teams' ends. Didn't see as much for Trinity earlier on in the set because they were just really serving Endicott off the court in the middle and beginning of the set. But now they're facing some challenges here. Julie Jenkins recognizing that and calling her timeout. Only need 1 point to take the first set. And we have seen Endicott with a few too many errors, so hopefully they play a clean remainder of the set, but anyone's set, and we'll see how things shake up after the timeout.
Both teams taking their time in their timeout. Tigers are now done. They break before the goals do. I'm sure the goals may have a bit more to talk about since they are undeniably on the back foot right now here in set one.
Yeah, something rare for the Tigers, though. Usually they use every second of the timeout, regardless of if they call it or not. As you mentioned, they were back on first, and Endicott to serve.
Abby Downs. Her serve received well by Watley. They are going to Maddie Fate. And Maddie Fate's spike is just a bit errant. It's 24-20, so Tigers will have to wait for another Abby Downs serve to try and finish off this first set. Serve from Downs, causing Rodriguez to dive. That's going to be an ace as the Tigers are devolving into chaos on the serve receive as Downs is really showing her might. So Taylor Starr comes on and then it comes off for number 5 for the Tigers, Annabelle Lanick, first-year libero out of Sugar Land.
Julie Jenkins deciding to take Jenna Rodriguez, the libero, off the court.
Good reception by Lanick. Reagan Watley, the swing. Can Endicott respond? Yes, they can, and it gets down. The goals are getting hyped on the bench. They are starting to feel it. What seemed very improbable is now suddenly seeming very possible. Timeout, Tigers. Endicott, they were down by 6 when Tigers reached set point. And they are really, really coming back now with that 4-0 scoring run.
Yeah, people commonly talk about volleyball in regards to kills, but serving and passing really is the name of the game, and you're seeing it here. Endicott just staying consistent behind the service line and maintaining the pressure on the Tigers. Tigers only need 1 point but the passing has looked quite shaky here towards the end of this first set. Tigers now have an error, and their hitting percentage has dropped into the 300s. We'll see how they bounce back after the timeout.
And this is a huge credit to Abby Downs, who has been serving ever since the Tigers reached set point. And just one mistake from Downs, one service error ends the set, but she's done a very good job to maintain her composure. So the goals await the Tigers, who get back onto the court. And they're ready to receive the serve. Down to serve, taken in by Bishop. Quick set to Maddie Fate. The tip is not down just yet. Pancake dig, and Endicott's just down by 1 now.
Insane. We mentioned it. Endicott not going down without a fight. They are down by 1. Tigers still have the opportunity to take this first set if they get this point.
Next serve is an ace. It is an unbelievable serving performance right now for Abby Downs. She has really laid down her serve here in the first set. We're going to extra points here in the first set. Holly McWilliams makes an attack, but easily taken in by Endicott. McGuire going to Helen Brook, in between the blocker and the net. And unbelievably, it is set point for Endicott. Abby Downs has an opportunity to single-handedly serve the Tigers off the court. And the Tigers,
what a run.
A deep sigh of relief as Downs finally misses. Almost seemed impossible for that to happen.
Tigers low on timeouts, looks like. It's going to be Bryn Bishop staying in the front row. So Mackenzie Logan not on the court.
Guire going to Helen Brook. That's a kill for the goals. It is set point once again. Magic number is 27. Back to serve is McGuire, who is a very good server for Endicott. Wire serve, dribbler off the net. It is set back over. Bump set. It'll be a free ball for the Tigers. Dayer will go to Conley McWilliams. She tips it, picked up by Rule. Draper, dug by McWilliams. Red Bishop takes a swing. Dug by Rule. Now Helen Brook gets the kill. Endicott comes back down by 6 at set point to win set 1. Incredible performance by the goals late. Nobody can be called more clutch, though, than Abby Downs, who got them to that point. So Tigers are down by 1 set as Endicott makes the unbelievable comeback.
Wow, what a first set. Every set is exciting here in Calgary Gym, but that was truly unexpected. What a great comeback by Endicott. They really just maintained composure there at the end, consistent behind the service line. And the Tigers really just struggled, it looked like, with communication in regards to their serve receive. The serves weren't coming at them at that high of a pace, but it was just the decision-making in regards to who was going to take the ball. And there was a lack of confidence there towards the end of the first set for the Tigers. Tigers all huddled up talking about it amongst themselves. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Julie Jenkins throws any new faces onto the court here in set 2. As we saw Ashley Garza with a few points there. Didn't actually touch the ball, but she touched the floor. And it'll be interesting again with the lack of leadership, I guess you could call it, towards the end of that first set, if she throws any maybe more senior faces onto the court.
And the Tigers still have that good hitting percentage, but really, after one of the timeouts by Endicott, the serve receive really just started to deteriorate. And Abby Downs, I mean, a 9-1 scoring run for the goals to come back and win the first set. I mean, that's got to be very deeply frustrating for the Tigers in that huddle.
Absolutely.
Might be asking themselves, what just happened?
Yeah, another lull that we saw, something that's not commonly seen for the Tigers, is our outside block, our right side and middle who are blocking Endicott's outside, had a few errors in that first set. So Hellenbrook and Dressbach really taking advantage of our right sides, not pressing maybe as strongly as they needed to. Saw quite a bit of tools from those outsides, and those two individuals for Endicott are the ones leading in kills. So we'll see if we make an adjustment there for our right side. And again, it's only set one. It was a close set one, so it's anyone's match.
Leading in kills for Endicott is Hadley Hellenbrook with 9. Endicott has 17 kills as a team. The Tigers don't have as many kills because Endicott made more errors early on in set one, but Mackenzie Logan leading the Tigers with 4 kills. Yeah, Hellenbrook, 14 attempts, hitting 571 on her own. Mackenzie Logan hitting 500, so I'm sure the Tigers will look to try and get more opportunities for Mackenzie Logan. But Endicott, they have really silenced the crowd here in Calgard. I think everyone is still kind of really taking in what exactly just happened.
Yeah, definitely giving the Tigers a run for their money here. It'll be interesting to see in these next couple of sets if Endicott's errors also decrease. You know, it's not common that a team remains high error across a whole match, so I think the fight will be a little bit more of a battle, a true battle, opposed to the Tigers taking a strong lead. New face on the Tigers side, it's going to be Grace King in for the Tigers.
And new face in the libero jersey, it is Bryn Bishop. So we will wait for our liberos to get on the court. Rule on the court.
Grace King will be in for Reagan Watley. Primary starter in the 0-1 position for the Tigers. Mackenzie Logan will start off in the front row.
Bishop on the court for Trinity now. And Grace King will start things off, serving for the Tigers.
Yeah, we've talked about the depth of this Trinity roster time and time again, and this is just a reflection of that. Going into set two, someone fresh-faced in the libero jersey and someone new starting on the outside.
Serve from King, taken well by Endicott, trying to run the slide, but point for the Tigers. That one was, I believe, on the other side of the antenna. So Grace King will get another opportunity to serve. The transfer from UTSA. The next serve. Much lower angle. Handled well all the same. It's going to be a point for the Tigers, as I don't believe a blocker touched that. So too many touches for the goals. The Tigers go up 2-0. The goals are trying to get the offense back in gear. That one is out. So freebie for the goals. Starting off pretty similarly to how we started off set one. Hadley Hellenbrook to serve for Endicott. That one's shanked. So a service ace for Hellenbrook. It's 2-2 here in set two. But it is number 3 back to serve. Strong serve from Hellenbrook. Another shank by Bishop. So now the Tigers have chosen to dress 2 liberos here in this set. They did not do that in set one. So Annabelle Lannick on the court for Trinity. And a freebie for the Tigers. It's 3-3. Now Maddie Fate back on the court for Trinity. We see Taylor Starr back to serve. Starr. Her serve is long yet again, very close. She's really trying to get that back line, but not a lot of success so far. That'll bring back Lannick on the court for Trinity. Now the serve from the Endicott libero, Emma Rule. Tough serve receive Attack from Courtney Pope out of system. Next swing from a Draper. That's a kill for Endicott. They're up by 2. Tigers still trying to figure things out, it seems. Will get another serve. Another difficult receive. That's going to be a free ball for the goals. Tigers can't make an attack out of that. McGuire, quick setting the middle. Endicott really catching fire now. Stephanie Moreau. It is 6-3, Endicott leading, and still the serve receive woes remain for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's really just passing is really a struggle for the Tigers. And there you have it, another ace for Endicott. Props to Endicott. They are putting on the pressure. They are serving aggressive here at the start of set 2. Tigers have seen some new faces, and they will see another. It's going to be Marissa Drange subbing in for Grace King. So another outside getting some court time here against Endicott. Julie just really looking for someone to be consistent with those passes. Lanik, there you have it. Nice pass, outside swing, and a tool for Mackenzie Logan.
It is 4-7, Endicott still leading. Double substitution, Kendall Darabell will head back to serve. And on the court now for the Tigers is Catherine Detweiler, the senior right side out of Goshen, Indiana.
Yeah, Detweiler on the court, as mentioned. Blocking the outsides was a struggle in set 1, so throwing a new right side out there. Miscommunication between Fate and Lanik as to who was going to take that second ball. Both of them right there.
Back to serve for Endicott is Amelia Beigel. Her name gets chanted as the O's go up for Beigel. Serve receive by Lanik. Quick set, Maddie Fate. And that'll be a point for the Tigers. So they are looking for some good serve receives. Jenna Rodriguez comes in to serve for Trinity. Not in the libero jersey, but still one of the strongest servers. As close to the net, just put down by Maddie Fate. So a good serve by Jenna Rodriguez. Tigers down by 2, trying to dig themselves out of the hole they find themselves in. And a mistake by Jenna Rodriguez. Almost was a dribbler over the net, but just couldn't get past. So it is 6-9. Tigers trail by 3 with Dresbach back to serve. Buck serve is received. Darabell setting up Marissa Drange. Dug by Dresbach. McGuire going after Hellenbrook. And Hellenbrook gets another tool kill. And she's at double-digit kills in this match. That is number 10 for Hellenbrook.
Both outsides for Endicott doing a really great job of utilizing the high hands of Trinity's block. Pass from Lanik, outside opportunity for Drange off the block, and Endicott will throw it over. They're going to get called in the net, so that'll be a point for Trinity. And that'll send Maddie Fate back to serve.
Maddie Fate. The serve handled well by Endicott. And I don't think that's the attack they meant to do, but it worked anyways. So Stephanie Moreau will probably say, I totally meant to do that, as the goals go up by 4. That'll bring back Tigers, maybe their worst nightmare right now. Abby Downs back to serve for the goals. Another tough serve from Downs. Thrown over, but the goals cannot get it back to the Tigers' side. So sigh of relief for the Tigers, as Downs is only limited to 1 serve.
Lucky stuff for the Tigers there. McGuire has tried that dump twice, both of them going into the net, but had they gone over, they were great looks for her. That pushed the Tigers double substitution, so Courtney Pope and Josie Dare back on the court, and that's going to be Dare back to serve.
The serve from Dare. McGuire having to go a long way to set. Kept on the Tigers' side after the attack from Hellenbrook. Marissa Drange, big swing off the platform awkwardly. It's going to be a free ball for Trinity. Dayer, back set, big swing from Courtney Pope. That one is handled by the goals. Hellenbrook, the swing, that'll be a kill for Adley Hellenbrook. The goals keep putting on the pressure. The Tigers are just trying to keep up at this point. McGuire back to serve. Strange, Rodriguez, and Lanik to receive this serve. Lanik takes it. Dump from Dayer. That'll be a point for the Tigers. Smart move by Dayer, trying to get some momentum for her team. Mackenzie Logan re-enters the court. The Tigers get a strong offensive rotation. A serve from Marissa Drange. And just barely out for Marissa Drange. Like we've said that a lot for the Tigers this time.
Yeah, that one really looked like it was going to drop right in that last couple inches of the court. It's going to be Hellenbrook back to serve. Really great start for her. She's hitting 500 so far in the match on 11 kills. And there you have it, our one and only Mackenzie Logan coming in with some heat. That ball bouncing off of Rule's chest and going over and out, so that'll be Lanik back to serve for the Tigers. Now down by 3, hoping to string some points together.
Serve from Lanik. Back row attack in the net. So Tigers only down by 2. Hoping that Lanik can serve them strong. Timeout called. So both sides will talk things over. Trinity is down, but they are sticking around close enough. They have not fallen desperately behind the goals yet. But Endicott really seems in control of the second set so far. Although, like this set alone, the Tigers are hitting 417 and the goals are hitting 77, but it's all about the serve receive, like you said, Jade.
Yeah, Lanik has been a little bit more consistent here as she's gotten going here in this second set. Marissa Drange, also a great substitution there early on in this second set. So we're getting a little bit more consistent in regards to our serve receive. Right now is the time to push points. We got great options in the front row. You got Maddie Fate, Mackenzie Logan, and Courtney Pope in the front row for the Tigers. So hoping to play some good, solid defense, and hopefully Lanik can have some more success behind the service line. Endicott's outside's really, really the star of the show on that side. They are just pushing the ball through the Tiger block. But again, we got Courtney Pope out there. She's a big block, so hopefully with these next couple swings, Tigers see more success up at the net. Out of the timeout, it's going to be Lanik back to serve. Tigers down by 2.
Lanik in the libero jersey serves us out of the timeout. Tough receive. McGuire setting Draper, gets blocked, but able to cover it are Endicott. Dresbach's attack is off the net. And set by Lanik. Big swing from Mackenzie Logan. A great cover, but just put down by the goals. Megan Murphy there to stop any more rallying. That'll bring back Emma Rule to serve for the goals.
Tough luck for Drange getting a hand on that last ball, but the ball being too tight on the net. Tigers looking for a quick side out here.
Serve from Rule. Good reception by Lanik. Mackenzie Logan, her swing. That one off of Rule. The Tigers still not going away just yet. They are really hoping that Mackenzie Logan makes use of her opportunities. 7 kills in the match for Mackenzie Logan. Next serve. McGuire, quick setting in the middle. Taken by Day Ravel. Tip attempt doesn't go over. McGuire will go to Dresbach. She tries to tip it, but it gets sent back. Back on the Tigers' side, just swing at it on one, says Detweiler. Free ball for the Tigers. A tough one, not really a free ball at all. A lot of chaos on both sides right now as they're trying to run an offense. Mackenzie Logan tips it, and the super senior brings some order to the court as both sides were in a lot of chaos.
Definitely a crazy rally, but an incredibly smart choice by Mackenzie Logan there at the end. It was a scramble on both sides of the court throughout pretty much the entirety of that rally. Balls going over on one, balls going over on two, and Mackenzie Logan with the tip to catch them on their heels defensively down the line, and that's going to be a point for Endicott. So they will maintain the lead, only by 2 at this point in the set. Tigers looking for a side out and hope to string together some points. Again, we've seen them struggle with their serve receive throughout the match thus far.
Amelia Beigel serving for Endicott. Tough reception. Swing from Maddie Fate, and she drops the hammer. Tigers down by 1. So a good swing from Maddie Fate. Jenna Rodriguez back on the court. She'll head back to serve for Trinity. The Tigers have just had trouble making the deficit stay at either one or take the lead. Serve from Rodriguez. That's going to be an ace as McGuire cannot get to the ball to try any attack.
Yeah, it looked like McGuire was looking at Rule there to take that second ball, but a little bit of a disconnect in regards to that communication. Tigers have now tied things up 15-15. Jenna Rodriguez back to serve.
McGuire, back row attack from Hellenbrook. Between Drange and the net, and it ends up under the net. And it got back in the lead. Hellenbrook has had some really wicked attacks from the back row. She did against Eastern as well. Dresbach serve, taken by Drange. Quick setting, Maddie Fate. They run the middle, and it's tied 16-16. As the goals struggle to shake the Tigers. Taylor Starr back on the court, up front. Maddie Fate back to serve. Fate serve, high off the receive. Hellenbrook will make an attack. Great dig by De Ravel. It's gonna be a free ball. Whistle blown, point for Endicott as the Tiger ended up in the net.
Yeah, you saw Jenna Rodriguez hustling up there and then sliding underneath the net. So an automatic point for Endicott there. Want to make sure that no one gets hurt. Endicott up by 1, so Tigers really maintaining a close proximity here in the second set.
Able to cover the first block from the goals. Next attack is picked up. Swing from Hellenbrook. And Tigers were really hoping to cut off Abby Downs to 1 serve, but they're going to have to deal with another. Goals up by 2. And now on the court for the Tigers is Lauren McCarthy, sophomore, making her first appearance in this match. De Ravel going to Marissa Drange. Dr. Drange has the solution to the Tigers' problems as they are only down by 1 now. Double substitution on the way as Courtney Pope and Josie Dayer head back onto the court. Dayer going back to serve for Trinity. They find themselves down by 1, but the Cats looking to fight back against the Birds.
It'll be interesting to see who finishes this second set for the Tigers. They have ran a whole lot of subs, especially early on in this second set. And they already run a 6-2 rotation. That last ball down the line, it's going to be an Endicott point.
Now back on the court for Endicott is Annie Draper, the freshman out of North Kingston, Rhode Island. Back to serve is McGuire, freshman out of San Jose, California. Good receive. We'll head to Courtney Pope. Big swing. Did force an over, but hit it on 1. Hellenbrook, big swing, tool off the block for a kill. And Hellenbrook has really been a builder in this set. She has had so many tools off the block.
Insane start for Hellenbrook. 15 kills already on 24 attempts, only 3 errors. She's still hitting 500 here in the match. Overall, team's stats are evening out a little bit. Endicott still with 12 errors as they had a rough beginning to set 1. That being said, finished off strong, and they are continuing to push here in the second. Tigers pretty shaky with their service receive, but Lanik has been pretty consistent here towards the middle back half of this second set. We'll see if Endicott starts targeting some other Tiger players. We said it before, it's anyone's set. We said it as you saw Endicott took the first, so the Tigers do have the opportunity, and we've seen them come back from a deficit late in a set. But really, it's anyone's match still.
And you can really see Endicott 8 aces, a deterioration of the Tigers as a lot of substitutions really being used for, like, how can we shore up the serve receive? And the Tigers think they have something that works. Right now, they are only down by 3. Endicott is ready for them when they come back out onto the court.
Yeah, another no. Endicott, 28 digs to the Tigers 14. So they are keeping more balls in play as well. So really forcing the Tigers to make points, put the ball to the floor.
McGuire back to serve. Received by Rodriguez. Dayer going to Marissa Drange. And that will be a kill for Marissa Drange. Or they may have called someone in the net there. Either way, point for the Tigers. I'm sure Drange would have appreciated the kill. She goes through her serve receive. Bit of a change-up serve. McGuire going for Draper. The block, it is in bounds. No lucky tool for Draper. So a block by the Tigers pulls them within 1 as only the 3rd block of the match for Trinity. They have really struggled to contain the outsides of Endicott. Next serve from Drange. McGuire back set to Draper, blocked again, but covered by the goals. That one ends up on the Tigers' side. Bit of a free ball, but the free ball goes out of bounds. 21-19. Once again, Hadley Hellenbrook just causing all sorts of trouble for the goals, or for the Tigers rather. Serve from Hellenbrook. Dayer going for Mackenzie Logan, huge swing, and forces the over. So kill for Mackenzie Logan. Kill number 9 for her. It'll be up to Annabelle Lanik, the first year. Pressure situation for the freshman. Serve. McGuire setting up Draper, goes with the tip attack. Picked up by the Tigers, Mackenzie Logan, big swing, forces the over. Quick set, Maddie Fate, and that one's going to hit the padding on the wall. 21-21, Tigers have tied it yet again. They are still looking to take the lead here in the second set. Had it at the beginning, but ever since they lost it, they haven't gotten it back. McGuire going to Dresbach. Dresbach gets the kill. 22-21, goal advantage. It'll be Emma Rule to serve for Endicott. Received by Drange. Big swing, big kill. You know, it is likely Mackenzie Logan behind it all. It's 22-22 in set 2.
Really an incredible save there by Josie Dayer. A tight pass. You saw her jump up, stay out of the net, and put up a great hittable ball for Mackenzie Logan. It's going to be Reagan Watley back to serve for the Tigers, and with the lack of subs, Josie Dare will be front row for the Tigers.
And a solo block by Maddie Fate there, sending it back. But they get the kill anyways. Draper, the freshman, really coming in strong for Endicott. In their first match against Easton, she was not a starter, but then she started sets 2 and 3 and really played well. So earning a starting role here in the match against Trinity. Timeout called. Close set 2. The Tigers have been hitting the ball cleanly when they've been able to run any sort of offense. It's just been getting to that point. It's step 1, the serve receive, that has really caused them troubles.
Absolutely. We've seen some better passing from Atlantic, some nice solid passes from Drainage as well here in this second set. And it's working in their favor. Tigers able to run their middles a little bit more consistently here. Towards the end of the set, a little bit of a tricky situation. As mentioned, you got Josie Dare in the front row as the Tigers have ran out of substitutions. Tigers have opted for her to not block. You saw Maddie Fate hustling all the way out there to that pin in order to get a block up on the outside with a solo block. So big kudos to her for putting up a nice strong block and transitioning out there all the way. It'll be interesting to see what the Tiger strategy is, again, with Josie Dare in the front row. She might be pulling off to pick up tips, or she might be there trying to take away some line. We will see. Tigers down by 1 as they step back onto the court. It is anybody's set. But it will be Endicott back to serve.
And it's probably the bench's favorite cheer to do. It is Amelia Beigel, or as they call her, Bagel, back to serve for Endicott. And she will get an ace. Set point for Endicott. As once again, the serve receive difficult for the Tigers. So can Bagel keep the Tigers at a bagel set-wise? Go reception, go to Mackenzie Logan. Big swing at the kill for Mackenzie Logan. Tigers are going to have to serve this one in. Cannot make a mistake. It is Mackenzie Logan back to serve. Track record so far on serving has been a bit shaky. Serve McGuire going to Dresbach. Tool off the block. Endicott goes up 2-0 against the Tigers. 25-23. No need for extra points in set 2 for the goals. As the Tigers, even though they have only made 1 attacking error all match, they just can't find the time to get to an offense.
Yeah, it's truly a battle. The Tigers always play a really, really strong schedule. They knew that this was going to be a tough match. Endicott started off a little bit rough in the first set, but they ended up coming back after a nice, tough fight. And they were consistent throughout that second set and ended up taking it 25-23. Their outside's really doing a great job, specifically Hellenbrook. Currently with 16 kills on 25 attempts. She's hitting .520 and is really just doing work on the Trinity block out there. We're seeing a lot of tools, something we don't see as often. We often are talking about how Trinity has a really, really strong block, but that's something that we aren't seeing today. Nice swings out of the middle from the Tigers when we are able to get those sets up. Julie Jenkins has sent her team out of the gym entirely to mentally prepare for this third set. If they're wanting a chance at the match, they are going to have to win the next 3 sets in a row. Endicott looking really, really confident here as they cheer and step back onto the court.
Yeah, it's been really tough for the Tigers. It's like trying to... It was as if in that second set, the entire time, they were still trying to recover from the set 1 loss.
Sure, sure. Maybe a little bit of the mental aspect of the game impacting the Tigers. And if we're looking at the dig stats, once again, I mentioned it earlier, Endicott 29 digs to Trinity's 15. So they are simply keeping more balls in play, really forcing the Tigers to put the ball to the floor if they want a chance at this match. Tigers struggling on the serve-receive side, being able to run their offense effectively, getting all three opportunities. Julie Jenkins ran a lot of new faces in a lot of different places there in that second set, so it'll be interesting to see who we see kick off this third.
This is probably a uncomfortable trend for the Tigers, as last weekend in St. Louis at the East to West battle, they didn't win a game there. They went 0-3, and every single match started off with the Tigers dropping the first two sets, winning set 3, and then falling in set 4. And now the Tigers are once again in that very uncomfortable situation where your only option is to reverse sweep the team that you're playing. And with how the Gulls have been playing, it seems like that's going to be a very tough ask for Trinity. It seems like they may have had a rotation that they were happy with near the end there. They're really just looking for some consistency on that serve receive, because that's what's been killing them. Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see who's in the libero jersey this set. Saw Jenna Rodriguez in the first set, then you saw Bryn Bishop to start the second set, and then Lanik finished off that second set. Looks like Lanik and Bishop are still in the libero jerseys, so they will be running a similar lineup to the second. Marissa Drange will also start this third set. Watley will not be on to start.
Coach Jenkins having a couple of words with the libero for the set for the Tigers, Annabelle Lanik. And for Endicott, McGuire is just a terrific all-around player. You can see her making plays everywhere on the court. And a card being issued for the Tiger side.
Not really sure, maybe a delay getting onto the court.
I think they are going to do it for the delay, because the clock was at 0 for quite a bit before they re-entered the court.
Tigers not looking too worried about it. Endicott with the first serve here. Long, deep serve. It will put the Tigers in a situation where they are throwing over a free ball here. Pushing this one to the outside. And the Tigers with a block. Finally, a nice, strong block up against Hellenbrook to start off the third set. Great, great, solid press there.
Courtney Pope joining everyone else up front. Maddie Fate back to serve. And that is way, way long. Maddie Fate, I'm trying to remember the first weekend. She didn't serve all that much or at all, but Pope has been put in the middle. So the Tigers shaking up things in that regard. Mackenzie Logan, the swing, maybe a bit unfortunate for Endicott. I don't think that touched a blocker. I think that literally just went off the net.
Perfect dribble off the net, the bounce, letting that one fall in. Really sharp cross court there. Double substitution for the Tigers. It's going to be Day Ravel and Detweiler back on the court. It will be, as mentioned, Courtney Pope in the middle. We saw her play set 1 and set 2 on the right side.
Endicott able to keep it alive. And Pope tipped from the middle. It is down. Tigers go up 3-1 on the Gulls. Happy to get that one down, as Endicott had a really, really impressive pancake dig in set 1 that kept them alive. Another difficult serve. Dresbach swings too far. Now the Tigers are up 4-1. Trying to make things similar to set 1, but to keep the lead till the end. Another serve for Day Ravel. McGuire going to Dresbach. Good dig by Drange. Attack from the 3-meter line from Mackenzie Logan gets dug. Dresbach tries again, tool off the block. Getting it in between Pope and Detweiler. 4-2, Tigers still leading, but Emma Rule back to serve for the Gulls. Endicott, their libero gives a serve. It's a tough one. Hit up by Mackenzie Logan. Free ball for the goals. No attack made by the Tigers. Big swing, and that'll be a kill. Mackenzie Logan hit that one high enough that Tigers may, perhaps, could have done a back row attack, but instead choosing the safer option. Rule serve is too far, so freebie for Trinity. Back on the court is Jenna Rodriguez. She'll head back to serve for Trinity. Endicott trying not to have too many difficulties with the Tiger servers. Wisely calling that one in. Bump set. Swing from Draper. Put down by the Tigers.
Nice.
So Tigers starting to contain the outsides a bit more.
Yeah, nice transition there by Courtney Pope. Really a really versatile player there. Someone who we haven't seen in the middle thus far this season. And middle is a tough, tough position, having to transition to both pins to get a nice strong block out there. And you saw her there with a nice transition to the left. That last swing in the net. It's going to be Jenna Rodriguez back to serve for another opportunity here. Tigers currently leading in the third set.
Serve from Rodriguez. Handled well. But again, the Tigers, their defense is starting to step up their game. It is 8-3. Timeout Endicott. As I just noticed, Jade, we have a return of something that we didn't see at all last year. The water bottle. Somebody was banging the water bottle on the stands.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, a semi-recent tradition for Trinity Volleyball, there's always someone in the stands with like a hydro flask or something of metal that they just bang consistently up against the bleachers. So you may or may not hear it on the mic, but it is here today. Wasn't here opening weekend, so that's funny that you noticed that.
It's made a return, and maybe the Tigers need it. I mean, it's been helping them so far. Up 8-3, but Coach Byram and the Gulls are certainly playing with house money in the Tigers' house. Being up 2 sets is such a luxury, especially in volleyball, because it is really hard mentally to come back down from 2 sets, because you got to win this one, then you got to win another one, and then you got to win the lightning quick 5th set.
Yeah, that being said, you definitely don't want to take a backseat or relax up against the Tigers. They are a tough, tough team to go up against. And they have played some really challenging matches thus far this season, so a little bit prepared for this battle. Another incredible swing, using the block to their advantage. It's going to be Dresbeck to put that ball down to the floor on the Tiger side.
Now back to serve for Endicott is Amelia Beigel. The O's being made by the Gulls as they cheer on their teammate. It's put up, attack by Drange. Handled well by Endicott. Dresbach, big swing, forces it over. It is played by Endicott. Next swing from Dresbach. Point for Endicott as that one is tooled out. 8-5.
Tiger coaching staff arguing that play a little bit, noting that there wasn't a touch on the block perhaps, but in fact maybe the ball was just aggressively swung at the tape more or less and then went out. The call will stand, but maybe ball never lies because that serve was in the net, so that'll be a point for Trinity. It's going to send Courtney Pope back to serve, Maddie Fate back on the court.
Another player that perhaps we don't see serve too often, Courtney Pope.
Yeah, often in that 6-2 rotation as a right side, so no opportunities to serve, but here she is. And that's roll shot, down ball, whatever you want to call it, is long. So Courtney Pope will get another attempt behind that service line.
And Tigers rowing the boat. New face in for Endicott. 2 new faces in for Endicott. Didn't see them in match 1. It is Savannah Campbell, the senior setter out of Santa Cruz, California, and number 14, Talia Camacho, sophomore right side outside from Franklin Square, New York. 6'1", so adding some height as the Gulls starting to make some changes to their lineup to try and shake things up. And a bit too far for Courtney Pope. So Pope will head back to the bench as the rotation keeps on rotating. It'll be Detweiler, Rodriguez, and Lanik back on the serve receive. Received by Rodriguez. Quick set to Maddie Fate. De Revel to Fate for the kill. 11-6. This Tiger team looking much different than the one we saw in set 2. We're getting much more opportunities to start running their traditional offense.
Yeah, and Maddie Fate is a great go-to. Currently 8 for 10 here, hitting 700, so hopefully we can get her the ball more, both with our serve receive and just in regular play here. Outside swing is dug by Lanik, and that'll be Drange on the outside with an opportunity. Ball's over on one, Drange swinging down the line on one, and that'll be a point for the Tigers.
And what is interesting is Coach Byram told me that Endicott has bounced between a 6'2" and a 5'1", but it looked a lot in Eastern that it was just a 5'1", only being handled by McGuire. But now with the new setter, Campbell sets that one. Maybe a bit errant. Of course, a down ball. Marissa Drange. Is there a doctor in the house? Call Dr. Drange. Tigers up 13-6.
Great high swings by her, down the line, back to back, allowing the Tigers to extend their lead. Notable on the Endicott side, they are really pushing primarily their outsides. Both outsides over 25 total attempts each. And even when they do get a nice, perfect pass, they are still running their outsides opposed to distributing the offense. So we'll see if the Tigers can really close the block and stop those two players. We'll see how Endicott maybe bounces back or shakes things up.
Lanik takes the serve receive. Dare going for Connolly McWilliams. The tip. It's going to be a bump set. Swing from Hellenbrook. Good dig from Lanik. Down ball sent over by Jenna Rodriguez. Campbell trying to quick set the middle. She does. Covered by Dare. Bump set. Marissa Drange. The swing. Handled well. Campbell back set. The swing sent back, but out of bounds. So a kill for Camacho. It is 13-8. This is a big moment for the Tigers. It's the server that they've been struggling the most with, Avi Downs.
Yep, Tigers are stacked on the left-hand side. We'll see if we run Maddie Fay on a back quick.
Swung in the net, trying to get it to Connolly McWilliams. Not working out for the Tigers. They're up by 4, but Endicott starting to creep their way back in on a 3-0 scoring run. You can see you've seen the kind of runs they do with Downs. Marissa Drange, and Marissa Drange is really coming to life. That's kill number 5 for her. She heads back to serve.
Yep, don't fix what isn't broken. She has had success down the line 3 times now, almost in a row. It's going to be Mackenzie Logan back on the outside, someone we see with incredible power with her cross-court swinging.
Campbell having to run over to get that one. And unfortunate, unlucky for the Tigers. They have stopped the attack of Camacho 2 times, but it has just been tooled out of bounds. But McGuire back out on the court for Endicott. She's back to serve. McGuire is a strong server. And she proves it there. Mackenzie Logan on the serve receive. That one got shanked off to the side. It's 14-11, Tigers still up. McGuire. Next serve. That one put up much nicer. Mackenzie Logan gets it denied. Big moment for Endicott as they stop the most dangerous Tiger on the court right now. Goals only down by 2. McGuire still serving. Received by Lanik. Connolly McWilliams puts it between the blocker and the net. It's 15-12, Trinity leading as they force McGuire off the service line. Lanik back to serve for Trinity. The first-year serves. McGuire going to Hadley Ellenbrook. Another tool kill for Hadley Ellenbrook.
If only there was a tool count that just stuck right on the screen. These Endicott outsides are going crazy with the tools thus far in the match. That serve's going to be long, so quick side out for the Tigers, leading to the Tigers double substitution. DeRavel and Detweiler subbing back in. Your front row is going to be Detweiler, Pope, and Logan. So some opportunity here to put the ball to the floor. Also, we saw Pope with a great start blocking wides. An ace for DeRavel. Both Endicott players pretty much stepping away from the ball. No one really wanting to take that serve receive.
Serve from DeRavel. Tough reception. One-handed set back by the Tigers. Just put over by the goals. DeRavel going for Mackenzie Logan. The tip is covered, but it is out. So smart play by Mackenzie Logan, taking that softer approach. Puts the Tigers up by 5. DeRavel looking to make more out-of-system plays for the goals. That one is off the platform awkwardly. It's going to be a free ball for Trinity. DeRavel going for Mackenzie Logan. Big swing, and that's a kill for the Canadian. Mackenzie Logan, the super senior out of Calgary, Canada, forces the goals into a timeout. Now the Tigers are really heating up here in the third set. Of course, the big question is can they finish off the goals in the third set? Looked like they would in set 1, but a goal's made that comeback.
Yeah, it'll be tough either way. Mackenzie Logan showing her seniority as she's mixing in her shots. Great power when she swings hard, and then mixing in those tips to keep the Endicott defense on their toes. Endicott outsides, as we mentioned, having a crazy match with their success tooling the Trinity block. We'll see if that remains true for the remainder of this set. Tigers with a little bit of a lead here, but you saw in set 1, Endicott is not going down without a fight. Both teams look really confident out there, so it'll be a matter of who makes fewer errors as we finish out this third.
17 aces between the two sides. Some very good serving from both teams, although only one service ace apiece in this third set. So serve receive has vastly improved. It's blatant by the Tigers being able to just run their offense more. There's a difficulty in set 2. DeRavel will service out of this timeout. Serve put up. Guire having to move a long way. Drives back for attack. Dug by Logan. Back set for Detweiler. She gets dug. Drives back with the next attack, and it's sent back. Endicott can't recover. Tigers reach 20. They are up by 7.
Great showing by Courtney Pope. She was the big-time freshman name that we were talking about last season. And again, with the versatility here, doing a great job executing in the middle here in this third set. Tight ball, and that'll score. Perfect placement. Catching the seam between Mackenzie Logan and Lanik there.
Bring back Emma Rule to serve for Endicott, the libero. Serve taken by Lanik. DeRavel back set. Mackenzie Logan gets the kill. Surgical precision in that seam between McGuire and Ellenbrook.
It's going to be Jenna Rodriguez back to serve for the Tigers.
21-14. Serve from Rodriguez. McGuire trying to set up front. Tigers able to pick up the attack easily. Marissa Drange, big swing, one touch off the block. Easier to handle for Endicott. Dreisbach swing, great dig by Drange. Bump set, bit of a down ball sent over, but Endicott has to send over a free ball. De Ravel, quick setting, Courtney Pope. Endicott can't get that one back over. It's 22-14.
What a scramble. You saw Courtney Pope take a second ball, calling off her setter at one point. You saw Endicott pretty much all over the place with random touches, keeping the ball alive. Tough luck with that last ball going over. A lot of Endicott players getting a hand on the ball, but just not able to keep it playable. Right side swing, cross court is a little long. So that'll push the Tigers a little bit closer to taking this third set here.
23-14. Rodriguez still serving for the Tigers. McGuire going for the dump, covered. Bump set up for Detweiler. It's dug by McGuire. Dreisbach will swing, tool off the block. Much needed for Endicott. 23-15, as they have enough tools to perhaps build a skyscraper at this point.
Right when you think there's no way they could get another tool. Not this late in the set. But you see another one. Couple substitutions on the Endicott side. It's going to be number 1. Campbell back to serve.
California native gives a good serve. So an ace for the goals. Good serve from Campbell. The senior coming in for the setting purposes for Endicott. Serve handled much better by the Tigers. Big swing from Courtney Pope. Goes to the net, and that one gets down. So too much to handle. It is set point for the Tigers. If the goals come back from this one, they deserve 2 wins, perhaps. Courtney Pope back to serve. Swing taken by Rule. Back set, big swing, one touch off the block. Bump set for Marissa Drange. Her tech gets sent back. Rodriguez will set up Detweiler. Detweiler, tool off the block for a kill. Tigers win set 3, 25-16. They are still on the back foot, however, as we change sides here in Calgary, but a much better performance for the Tigers here in that third. a little bit more. They were dead silent after set 2. But when the Tigers started getting on a roll and Mackenzie Logan was really starting to get more attempts and the Tigers were able to run their offense more, things started to come to life in the gym a bit more.
Absolutely, yeah. Endicott, after set 1 and set 2, leaving the crowd pretty much speechless. You could probably hear it on the mics, not as rowdy. But Marissa Drange with some great swings down the line in that 3rd set to really get the fans going. Looks like we're gonna run a similar, if not the same lineup to set 3. It's gonna be Marissa Drange and Mackenzie Logan on the outside. It's gonna be Maddie Fate and Courtney Pope in the middle. And then I believe we'll be running our 6-2 rotation as per usual. But it's going to be McWilliams to start on the right side and Josie Dare to start as a setter.
And really a big moment for Lanik, being able to wear that libero jersey as a first year. Very coveted position over the years. Last year, Nadia Kern was pretty much the sole owner of that jersey. And now it is currently reserved for a first year. Tigers dressing 2 liberos for this set as well. They have Bryn Bishop just in case. Endicott still running with just Emma Rule. There's been no reason to change out Rule. She's been excellent all match for Endicott. Marissa Drange serves us into set 4. McGuire going to Hellenbrook, tipping it over. And it goes off the block at the top of the hands. Putting the ball just a bit higher than the Tiger block was, so Rule will be back to serve for Endicott.
Yeah, those Endicott outsides, both with really great approaches. They get high in the air and they're able to make decisions. Even with that last one, with a tip, they were able to tool off the block.
Serve from Downs. Forces an over. And the set goes to the Tiger side. Swing from Mackenzie Logan is far. I'm a bit confused that the set went onto the Tiger side.
Yeah, interesting lack of double call there. It looks like that's what the Tiger coaching staff was looking for with that ball, which was intended to be an outside set, but really just floated over. It's going to be the down ref going over to speak with the up ref. We'll see if the decision changes. There wasn't that much spin coming out of the hands of the setter. And it looks like the call will remain.
It's interesting for Endicott. They are putting their very strong server very early in this rotation, much earlier than Downs has been at any other point. She gives another excellent serve. And an overforced dump sent over Josie Dare. Smart play from the setter. It is 1-2. Endicott still leading. But the Tigers just wanted to get Downs off the line. Like every serve she's done has caused trouble for the Tigers. Lanik back to serve for Trinity. Good serve, but a dump back. McGuire responds. Usually when a setter sees a dump, they are keen to respond with one as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably the most dumps we've seen in a match thus far this season. Both teams executing.
Serve from McGuire, a tough one. Mackenzie Logan off the arm of McGuire. It'll be a kill for Mackenzie Logan. It also helps if the setter's a freshman. Maybe a bit more eager to get the dump in as well.
Yeah, nice play by Mackenzie Logan there. It was a really quick set. Great option to just throw that one essentially down the line.
Serve
Ravel.
from Day Ravel. McGuire going to Hellenbrook. One touch off the block. Tigers keep it alive. Bump set. Mackenzie Logan. Big attack. Tool off the block. Out. So kill number 17 for Mackenzie Logan. The Tigers tie it up 3-3. Serve from Day Ravel. Bit of a change up. It's a bit difficult. Hellenbrook, big swing but point for the Tigers as that one hit the antenna. So Trinity leading 4-3.
Yeah, you saw with those last two swings, Tigers able to keep the ball in play or force the swing out in regards to those outside swings. We'll see if they can continue to put the pressure on. That ball is going to be in the net, so a side out for Endicott.
Really trying to serve it very short. Lovely Hellenbrook back to serve for Endicott. Strong serve, overhead receive. Bump set, make an attack anyways. McGuire going for Dresenbach. Point for the Tigers. As Dresenbach's serve or spike is way too far. Stumbling over my words, my apologies. Rodriguez will be back to serve for Trinity. Good serve for Rodriguez. Sharp angle taken. Tigers able to handle that attack. Marissa Drange, a big swing, it forces an over. Right for the Tigers. Man, what a match for Marissa Drange right now. Really coming to life.
Yeah, we didn't see her in set one. Comes in later in the match and has really been doing a good job of staying consistent. She has 0 errors thus far. Hopefully I don't jinx her. But really keeping balls in play. Looks like kind of a delayed call there, but they're going to call the ball down on Endicott's side, so a point for Trinity.
Yeah, an ace for Rodriguez. Very delayed, but next serve from Rodriguez, another tough serve. Was punched over. De Ravel back set. Big swing from Detweiler. And again, that was the second ball to land there on a forced over. So deja vu for the Tigers. It's 8-4. Timeout called by Endicott as they are trying to prevent from this fourth set from unraveling.
Yeah, the Tigers are looking really clean to kick off this fourth set. Really carrying the confidence from that third into this fourth here. Doing a great job of keeping balls in play. Not seeing as many tools to kick off this fourth set. You've seen swings from the outside just becoming more playable balls. We've seen some tools go straight up to where the Tigers have been able to get a defensive pass, or excuse me, dig, and then run their offense. And so far, Tiger outsides really executing, mixing in shots, putting the ball to the floor. And overall, this has been a great match.
You see on the stats, the Tigers were down by double-digit kills very early on, and they have really made their way back into it. And some really good setting for both Dayer and De Ravel. As the serve receive has gotten better, they've gotten more opportunities to run their offense, and they have normally chosen wisely. Both sides head back out onto the court. Jenna Rodriguez, Endicott is really trying to get her off the service line. Next serve, difficult receive, bump set. Dresbach, big swing, it's kept alive, but no one can get to it. Drange with the last opportunity. But a good run for Jenna Rodriguez. She shows the strong server that she is. Serve from Rule. Taken by Rodriguez. Darabelle with the dump. The Tigers 9-5 in the lead. Wonder if that will induce a dump from McGuire in response.
Yeah, we'll see. That was a great option for De Ravel. It was a nice, perfect pass, so it would have been a great opportunity to run her offense as well. But I think that's what Endicott was prepared for, and then just throwing it over perfectly was the point that Trinity was looking for. That swing from Drange is going deep out the back. No touch on the block. So that'll be a quick side out for Endicott. Some great options in the serve-receive lineup for the Tigers as they push Drange up. Got Detweiler, Lanik, and Jenna Rodriguez back there ready.
So from Beigel is an ace.
Jinxed her.
feel like Beigel's gotten an ace every time she's been back to serve as well. That chant must really work.
And I jinxed Detweiler, so they will push Drange back into that serve receive.
Secret message between Hellenbrook and Beigel. De Revel quickly setting Maddie Fate, and Maddie Fate continues her great match with kill number 9. They haven't run her much, but when they have, she has really been effective. Tigers reach 10.
Yeah, really looking to get her the ball more because she is 9 on 11 attempts, hitting over 700 thus far on the match.
It is Josie Dayer back to serve for Trinity. Connolly McWilliams, Maddie Fate, and Marissa Drange, options for the Tigers. Dump sent over, but covered by Lanik. Drange trying to tip it, gets sent back. And Rodriguez kind of steals the set. Chaos on both sides. Bump set for Marissa Drange. Big swing! And Marissa Drange with the cure. It is 11-7. Tigers trying to keep Endicott at that deficit. They are back to serve again.
Yeah, you probably can't hear it on the mic, but really loud, solid communication from Trinity in that last set. You heard Lanik screaming mine to be able to take that second ball to set up Drange.
And Tigers cannot cover. So point for Endicott. Once again, just an awkward place for the ball to be.
Better than flying out for a tool. It was at least towards the court. Maddie Fate really reaching there to try and keep that ball alive.
They're going for Kylie McWilliams with the tip. One-arm dig. Hellenbrook, huge swing. And she had been a bit conspicuously quiet for the past couple of plays. Finally getting her word in. Goals down by 2. So Dresbach back to serve. High receive. Marissa Drange with the swing. One arm put up by Beigel. Hellenbrook with a softer approach. Bump set for Drange. Drange gets dug. McGuire going for Hellenbrook. And a waterfall ball for Hellenbrook. It's 11-10. That is Hadley Hellenbrook's 20th kill this match. Very, very impressive for the sophomore outside.
Yeah, tough luck for the Tigers. They are right there, but they are just needing a slightly stronger press to get that ball back onto Endicott's side. But bouncing right back is Maddie Fate. Great connection in the middle for a quick side out. Tigers still up by 2 here. It's going to be Mackenzie Logan, current leader in kills for the Tigers. She's back in and on the outside.
You can see why Hadley Hellenbrook is leading the goals and kills right now as a team. Over 100 kills this season so far. Big bump set. Hellenbrook will take it. Softer approach. Tigers trying to send it over. They do, but it's out. Point for the goals. They're down by 1. Hellenbrook just still causing trouble for the Tigers. Now back to serve. Dangerous server, Abby Downs. Serve receive for the Tigers is focused, and it's an ace for Abby Downs. Abby Downs. This will certainly be a night to write home about. Spectacular performance.
Perfect placement in that last foot of the court. Another opportunity for Lanik here. She will pass that one up, and Mackenzie Logan on the outside with an opportunity. Tulin off the block. And she will extend the Tigers back into a lead position, only up by 1. But that's going to send Lanik back to serve.
That is kill number 18 for Mackenzie Logan. Lanik serve. Handled well. McGuire going for Hellenbrook, and Hellenbrook ties it up again. She has been the biggest court presence for the goals. Now McGuire back to serve.
I really thought they might switch things up and get some other players in here in regards to the offense, but no, they are sticking with their 2 outsides, and it is working. It's going to be Mackenzie Logan with a big swing, and that'll be a point for Trinity. Again, now up by 1. It's going to lead to their double substitution. Derivell, who we saw had a great dump, subbing back in along with Detweiler. Derivell back to serve.
Derivell. Her serve in the net. So an error for the Tigers ties things up 14-14 as they give that freebie away. Unfortunate for the Tigers. Burke has already had a match with 26 kills. And she is certainly on pace for that. Detweiler just forced to push it over, but difficulties handling it for the goal, so free ball for the Tigers. Quick set, the middle. Courtney Pope gets dug, though. Bump set. Swing for Draper. Off the block. Goals lead 15-14. As Draper telling Hellenbrook, you can't have all the glory right now.
What a match. Points really going back and forth here in the 4th. It's going to be a right side opportunity. Mackenzie Logan mixing in her shots once again. Defense really deep there, probably expecting a ball with some heat, but Mackenzie Logan throwing in a tip at about 5 feet there. She'll sub out for Jenna Rodriguez. It's going to be Marissa Drange back up in the front.
Serve from Rodriguez. Put up and a block by the Tigers, but covered by Endicott. Next attack, that one gets down. Courtney Pope and Catherine Detweiler stop the attack from Dresbach. 16-15, Tigers up. Block number 7 for the Tigers.
Tiger bench really excited about that one. And to follow it up, an ace. Tigers will extend the lead by 2 now. Current score is 17-15. And momentum is definitely on the Tigers' side, so we will see how Endicott responds.
That one doesn't get over the net, so an ace for an error. It's a good idea by Rodriguez. If that one had gotten over, there was no goal in sight of that area. But unfortunately for Rodriguez, she'll have to wait her next serve attempt. Good overhead receive by Rodriguez. Drange, tool off the block. Hellenbrook isn't the only one building around here. 18-16. Courtney Pope back to serve. No libero on the court for the Tigers, but Jenna Rodriguez has the defensive capabilities of one. McGuire going for Dresbach. Set back. Block for the Tigers. They're up 19-16. Block number 8 for Trinity. Tigers trying to force a 5th set here in Calgard. Serve from Pope. McGuire setting up in the middle. The Tigers able to handle the attack. Marissa Drange swings, gets dug. Back set. Draper goes for precision over power, and it pays off. It's 19-17.
Yeah, smart shot there with our middle/right side in the back row. Good placement, hitting that seam between Pope and Jenna Rodriguez.
Here we go. The bagel chants begin. Beigel serve. Handled well. Quick setting, Maddie Fate. It is dug, though. So sent back over, but out. So even though the goals were able to finally stop a Maddie Fate attack, an attacking error cost them a potential point. Connolly McWilliams re-enters the match. And Josie Dayer does as well as she goes back to serve.
Yeah, big kudos to both Lanik and Rodriguez there with that last swing. Both calling it out and following it all the way there to the back line to ensure that it was in fact going to be out. Josie Dayer here with a deep serve. Passed up, and it's going to be an inside set. Lanik with a hand on it. But the Tigers will be unable to keep that ball in play. Sideouts really going back and forth here in this fourth set. Both teams really want this match.
Is Dresbach. Good serve. It is difficult for the Tigers and can't do anything with that. Unfortunately, the diving receive ended up right over Jenna Rodriguez's body, so it was difficult to even get a second touch.
Yeah, Atlantic with a little bit of a hurdle move there to keep the ball in play.
Next serve from Dresbach. Bump set. Strange just has to put it over. McGuire going to Hellenbrook. The tip covered by the Tigers. Setting up Drange, big swing, one arm, and that one gets down. It's in the stands. Tigers still have a small lead, certainly not a comfortable one. It is 21-19. But man, Marissa Drange really, really playing well. Kill number 9 for her. And she is back to serve.
Yeah, Mr. Drange really playing clean offensively. Back there to serve, which means Miss Mackenzie Logan is back up in the front. We'll see if she does some damage here at the end of this fourth set. But damage from Endicott's side once again on the outside. Hellenbrook just forcing that ball through the block.
Big moment here for Downs.
Tigers looking for a quick side out.
Serve taken by Drange. Dayer going for Mackenzie Logan, and it's a kill for Mackenzie Logan. Tigers up 22-20. Great kill from Mackenzie Logan there. An amazing job by the Tigers to limit Downs to just one serve. And it was a good serve receive as well, right when they needed it. The serve from Lanik. Difficult reception. Hellenbrook swing, it's sent back. Next attack from the goals is handled by the Tigers. Mackenzie Logan, big swing. Beigel with the dig. Softer approach from Hellenbrook, handled by the Tigers. It's bumped up, but a down ball sent over. And that one gets in. What an amazing, precise shot from Josie Dayer. The perfect spot, the absolute perfect spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was skill or luck, but she is excited about it. Her team is excited about it. Pretty much the perfect placement for a down ball, really high, so they thought it was going to float out, but at the last second there, just drops in that last foot of the court. You even had Endicott players that were essentially following it to the line and still thought it was going to be out. Wow, what a great run of points on both sides. Like we've mentioned, sideouts are going back and forth. It hasn't been one team really carrying the way for this fourth set. Crazy volleyball on both sides, crazy defense on both sides, both at the net as well as hustles to keep the balls in play. And it'll be really awesome to see the next couple of rallies out of the timeout.
And the Tigers have really maintained that hitting percentage throughout the match. And when they have gotten their offense running, they've really shown why they are one of the nation's best. They're looking to push it to a fifth set. Last time we had a fifth set in Calgard was 2 weekends ago against ETBU. Much different looking match. In that one, the Tigers were up 2-0 and then had to play a fifth set. Tigers on the other side of the equation this time. The goals trying to end this in 4 sets. But it is going to be a bit tough. Tigers up by 3. Atlantic back to serve for Trinity. And here we go. The serve from Lanik. McGuire going to Hellenbrook. The swing. It's a tool off the block for a kill. Skyscraper, scratch that. We're building New York City with that many tools. McGuire back to serve for Endicott.
Could have predicted it if Endicott was going to have a side out there, that it was going to be from an outside tool. Pass by Atlantic, going to the right side, a tip. And it'll be up. Endicott throwing it over. Josie Dayer with that first ball. Trinity staff not happy about the call, but either way, that's going to be a Trinity point with the Mackenzie Logan tool. Wow, exciting stuff. But yeah, with that ball getting up off of the tip, Trinity coaching staff and bench all on their feet saying that it was down. But again, ball never lies maybe because Mackenzie Logan tooled anyways. It's going to be Day Ravel back to serve.
Good serve from Day Ravel. McGuire going for Helen Brook. Helen Brook gets stuffed. The Tigers have pushed it to a set 5. Unbelievable performance by the Tigers here in sets 3 and 4. They win set 4, 25-21. A 5th set, Jade.
What a match. Really wasn't expecting this crazy of a battle. We knew it was going to be a tough game back and forth, but both teams are just chomping at the bits for these points. We're seeing some nice strong presses finally from the Tigers in regards to their block, really forcing Endicott to put the ball to the floor. We're seeing more mixed shots coming in from those outsides, again, because the Trinity block has come in a little bit stronger. Defense picking up, serve receive picking up, and both teams are really serving strong. Both teams should be confident coming into this 5th set. Again, it is still either team's match. Even myself, I'm stumbling over my words. But really, really great volleyball tonight.
Yeah, and Mackenzie Logan, 22 kills, and Hadley Hellenbrook, 23 kills. It is a battle between two titans right now, because a lot of the attempts coming from those two players, and they are really making use of all of them.
Absolutely. Then you got Drez back there on the outside for Endicott. She has 15 kills. The second kill leader on the Tiger side, however, is our middle, Maddie Fate, hoping to get her a few more swings here and there. She is 10 for 13, hitting above 600. And then to follow her up, you got Marissa Drange with 9 kills on 24 total attempts. Marissa Drange doing a great job of keeping these balls in play, not necessarily swinging super hard on every single swing, but really maintaining consistency there on the outside, and is doing a great job in regards to her defense as well.
Now it is story time, as the classic mascot origin story for Endicott. They are the Gulls. They are called the Gulls. Of course, it's short for Seagulls. They named that because of their college's proximity to the ocean, where there are, well, seagulls. That story, perhaps not too interesting, but what is interesting is how they revealed their mascot. Their seagull mascot was revealed in a spectacular way. They had their mascot introduced by hatching out of an egg. You can go to their YouTube channel and watch the video. It's pretty amazing. They originally called the mascot the Power Gull.
You can watch the hatch.
And probably the most amazing way, it was during a basketball game. The egg was lowered from the rafters of their old gymnasium, and out came the mascot. I think that is an amazing way to introduce your bird mascot. I fully approve of that.
I think we should reintroduce Leroy the Tiger in the exact same way. Not a bird, but we should still lower him down and have him hatch, just for the sake of the excitement. We got the flag. Trinity fans are excited, especially since they dropped set 1 and set 2. Great, great comeback for the Tigers, making their way to set 5 by winning both 3 and 4. Endicott's gonna be the first onto the court, and Tigers using their full time as per usual.
And you'll see in this 5th set, if you're not maybe familiar with the game of volleyball, set 5 only goes to 15. So even if a team goes down by 4, we may expect a coach to call a timeout, because in such a lightning quick set, those margins do matter. First team to reach 8 will switch sides, have a quick break, and come back and keep at it. But it is going to be extremely, extremely interesting. Tigers and Gold fighting to the bitter end. The Gulls want to win out of today. The Tigers want to stave off the upset. Tigers in their huddle. And the up judge saying, break the huddle. Let's get this 5th set underway. Tigers will be serving for this 5th set. And they will have Annabelle Lanick to serve. The first year, We are underway in set 5. McGuire setting up Hellenbrook. One touch off the block. Dayer will go to Mackenzie Logan. Big swing and a kill for Mackenzie Logan. That is number 23 for the 5th year. So big statement by the Tigers early on. Endicott eager to respond. McGuire back set. Swing from Draper. That is down for a kill. So it's 1-1 as we trade points for the first blows here in set 5. Is Hellenbrook back to serve for Endicott.
Great reverse set there. I think we were all expecting them to push their outside once again, but really led for a great one-on-one opportunity. Out of the middle, great coverage there by Lanik. Right side opportunity here for the Tigers, and that's in. Cross court and sharp. Just barely in, pretty much on the line, and that'll lead to the Tigers' double substitution.
Going to Connolly McWilliams. Maybe Endicott thinking that they're going to go to Mackenzie Logan, but Connolly McWilliams with that sharp angle. Incredibly difficult spike to do as well. And that one barely not hitting the line. So it's 2-2. We go back and forth. Amarul back to serve for Endicott. It's been a key piece to the defense for the goals. Serve taken in by Lanik. De Ravel going to Maddie Fate. It hits the floor. 3-2, Tigers lead.
It's going to be Maddie Fate's 11th kill on 14 total attempts. It's going to be Jenna Rodriguez subbing in for Mackenzie Logan.
Rodriguez has given the goals some frustrations with their serve, but she's also made a couple mistakes. That one handled well by the goals. The tip over, covered by Lanik. De Ravel going to Maddie Fate. She hammers it down. Tigers go up by 2. It is 4-2. And Jim is starting to get into it.
That middle connection for the Tigers this far has been unreal. When Maddie Fate is getting that great set, she is putting it to the floor. Outside swing once again through the block. Such power there from those outsides on the Endicott side of things. Tigers still up by 1 here in the 5th. Again, if you were just now tuning in, really great match. Endicott taking set 1 and set 2. Tigers taking the 3rd and 4th.
And it is Beigel to serve. De Ravel going to Drange. A tool off the block for the kill. Tigers maintain their 2-point lead. And Cassidy McLean having to call Maddie Fate back over to properly sub in.
Saw Cassie McLean there in set 1 to serve a couple balls, and she is back in here in set 5. Again, someone we see as a serving specialist, defensive specialist here and there for the Tiger roster. Nice serve by her.
And the dump by McGuire, picked up by De Ravel. Drange with the swing, dug by Beigel. Drives back, attack is in. Just inside the back line. Endicott not going away. It's 5-4 in a very close set 5. Back to serve is Dresbach. So, Ava Grace Dresbach, the freshman out of Pawcatuck, Connecticut. Her serve leads to the Drange attack, and they're going to say a goal touched the ball. Down ball sent over by Drange. Hellenbrook, huge attack. It's in the air, but the Tigers can't handle it. We are all tied up 5-5 as Hadley Hellenbrook gets kill at number 24. Dresbach trying to make most of her serves. There'll be a bump set. Marissa Drange attacks off the hands of Rule. Bump set for Hellenbrook. It's far. Tigers up 6-5 as we are closing in on that 8-point checkpoint.
What a battle. It's going to be Josie Dare and Connolly McWilliams subbing back in for the 6-2 rotation on the Tiger side. Josie Dare going back to serve. Points really going back and forth here in this 5th as expected. Both teams really putting up a fight. Tigers hoping to string together some points here.
Serve from Dayer. Handled well. Hellenbrook has a bit of a joust at the net. It's won by the Tigers, but Endicott able to cover. Good dig from Lanik from the back row attack by the goals. Big swing from Connolly McWilliams. Tigers go up 7-5. And Connolly McWilliams, she may not have many kills, but when she has gotten them, they have been in pretty big situations.
Absolutely. You saw her with that last sharp ball. Then this last approach, pretty much just like glide towards the net, putting that one cross court.
McGuire going for Hellenbrook again. Waterfalled between the blocker and the net. They go to All Reliable. And Courtney Pope on the court for Trinity. And Abby Downs back to serve for Endicott. She joins the court with Megan Murphy. Bump set. Strange will make the attack. Tigers keep it alive. It did touch a goal. And that one just passed too close to the net. It's 7-7. Tigers unable to recover that one. So another serve will come from Downs. Endicott needing her to serve like she did when they were down by 6 in that set point. They are going to Courtney Pope. Endicott able to respond. The swing from Hellenbrook gets down. The goals are the first to 8, and we will swap sides. And it's nothing like a fit set to really get the nerves going, no matter who you are.
Yeah, this change of sides here may be acting as a little bit of a timeout in the Tigers' favor, a little bit of a pause to the momentum. We'll see if they bounce back. Again, points going back and forth in this 5th set. Both teams really, really want it. Endicott's outside, of course, being the stars on their side of things, keeping balls going to the floor, tooling like crazy. You've seen it all match.
26 kills for Hellenbrook now. Marissa Drange gets the set attack. Point for the goals. Could not get any of them to touch the swing. So now up by 2. Goals starting to break double digits. Reagan Watley back on the court. Giving high fives to her teammates.
As mentioned, this 5th set is only to 15, so Julie Jenkins really making quick decisions in regards to who's on the court. That one error from Drange, and she put Watley right in, but it doesn't even matter because that ball's going to Pope, and she is executing. It's going to be Watley back to serve, and Mackenzie Logan back in the front.
The offensive rotation that the Tigers want on the court right now. Serve from Reagan Watley is far. Last thing you wanted to see is a service error if you are the Tigers. For the goals, it is a nice opportunity. McGuire back to serve.
Tigers still within 2 with some room in the 5th here to bounce back. Pass from Watley. This ball's going to miss. Mackenzie Logan on the outside, and that ball is down and in.
So kill number 24 for Mackenzie Logan. As I believe that is another career high for the 5th year. As she stacks kills on top of kills between her and Hellenbrook. McGuire going to Hellenbrook, trying to tip it. Tigers can't recover. 11-9. Endicott up. Hellenbrook with kill number 27. She's back to serve. Timeout.
Will use a timeout again. This set is only to 15 points, so you will see some timeouts getting called, what will reflect normally as early on here in the set. Both teams looking strong, but Endicott is currently up by a few points. Tigers just needing a solid serve receive so that they can run their offense.
And still, both sides serving well. It is up to that point. But Hellenbrook, the Tigers have really struggled to contain her at all in this match. And even when they do get a hand on it, it seems like it's always falling on the Tiger side.
Yeah, so far later in this match, we have been getting more hands on the ball. We aren't seeing immediate tools out resulting in Endicott points. There's still opportunities for the Tigers to keep the ball, in play. But so far, the ball has been going in Endicott's favor when those outsides are swinging. We'll see if the Tigers can find some success late here in the match with a block. It looks like we will be subbing in a new face on the Tigers side of things.
It is Sophia Burke entering the match for the Tigers. Another first year making an appearance.
Yep, Sophia Burke subbing in on the right side again. Tigers looking to stop the outsides of Endicott. Out of the middle, Maddie Fate. A great connection, and that is the side out that the Tigers were looking for.
Sorely needed for the Tigers. And now Kendall DeRavel and Catherine Detweiler on the court for the Tigers. They're down by 1. It is 10-11. The tension palpable in the gym. Serve from DeRavel. It's put up. McGuire setting up, drives back, tool off the block. It is 12-10.
Unreal with the amount of tools thus far. They are swinging hard and really working the high hands of this Trinity block.
Is Emma Rule back to serve for Endicott. Serve taken by Lanik. DeRavel going to Maddie Fate, puts it down. Tigers trying to keep up, but if they are going to make a move, it has to be now, but it's going to be point for Endicott.
I believe they're going to call Maddie Fate on a throw. Interesting late match call, as it looked pretty clean out of Maddie's Fate hand. It was pretty forceful, but it did look clean to me.
It is 13-10, Endicott up. See on the replay here.
Questionable call for sure. Maybe was in the tips of her fingers a little bit longer than your average tip, but even that, I've seen tips where it was in the hands of the hitter longer than that. So we will see. Endicott up 3 here in the fifth. They need 2 to take the match. Tigers need 3 to catch up to Endicott. But it is something we have seen the Tigers execute.
Tigers will take up more time in the timeout. And it is nearly desperation time for Trinity. Down by 3. Endicott just needs 2. Trinity needs 5. And a match that, the rate it's going, the Tigers, if they want to win this, might have to go to extra points in the 5th set. DeRavel going to Maddie Fate. Maddie Fate makes up for it. It's 11-13.
A great, great choice. Had 2 great options there. Mackenzie Logan and Maddie Fate both ready to go out of the timeout. But man, Maddie Fate has been consistent here in the 5th set. So great to see her getting another opportunity. Endicott will use a timeout.
It's like they're trying to ice Jenna Rodriguez, because Jenna has been the server for the Tigers that's given the goals the most frustration so far. So any advantage they can get, they're probably going to take.
Yep, Jenna Rodriguez really doing a great job of mixing in her serves, hitting her spots. As Brad gives her the cue, she's been serving these ones long. She has been executing on short serves and attempting some, maybe a little too short, as we've seen a couple of serves from her into the net thus far. We'll see what she comes out with out of the timeout. The Tigers with an opportunity here to hopefully string together some points and tie things up at 13.
Yeah, a very exciting match. It's a battle to the end.
My hands are clammy. This has been a crazy match tonight.
Yeah, the Tigers have been, it's such a close match. It is, it's crazy. It's crazy. Jenna Rodriguez back to serve. Olive Calgard awaiting the serve of Jenna Rodriguez. McGuire going to Dresbach, and that's going to be a kill for Dresbach. Match point for Endicott. Can Endicott get out of Calgard with the W? And Beigel, she has been extremely good from the service line. Her serve taken by Watley. De Revel going to Watley. The tip from Watley is kept up by Endicott. Down ball sent over. First touch by De Revel. Set. Swing from Detweiler. Maybe a bit of trouble. McGuire going to Dresbach. Set back to Dresbach. It is a block for the Tigers. They have to be perfect. It is 12-14. That is block number 10 for Trinity. Cassidy McLean coming in to serve in that pinch server role. Set 5, match point for Endicott. Endicott trying to finish off the Tigers in Calgard Gym. McGuire going to Dresbach, and that'll be it. Endicott upsets the Tigers in Calgard Gym. A 5-set thriller goes to the team all the way from Beverly, Massachusetts. There will be a lot to cheer for Endicott. Coming away with the win, bouncing back after the loss to Eastern earlier on in the day. They beat the host team. It was a close match, but they did all the right things they needed to at the very end.
Yeah, big shout out. We mentioned their names a ton. But Hellenbrook and Dresbach on the outside for Endicott really carried this team. Hellenbrook with 27 kills on 53 total attempts, hitting above 300. Dresbach with 20 kills on 48 total attempts, hitting over 200. No other players on Endicott really with close to total attempts that they had. On the Tiger side, you had Mackenzie Logan on the outside, 24 kills, hitting above 500. Maddie Fate in the middle, 14 kills on 18 total attempts, hitting over 600. So a great showing by her. And then Marissa Drange coming in, someone who didn't start the match, but really executed there in some clutch moments. She had 10 kills on 31 total attempts. Overall, a crazy battle on both sides. But Endicott, great way to end their evening.
Between Hadley Hellenbrook and Eva Grace Dresbach, 47 kills. A vast majority of the kills that Endicott saw, and they swang well as well. Hellenbrook hit 321, Dresbach 229.
Insane. They really just worked the Tiger block. The Tiger block was there and ready, but they were just tooling all night long. Tigers with a couple of block opportunities at the end, keeping a few more of those balls in play, but just unable to stop them. And as a result, Endicott did come out on top.
You saw head coach Tim Byram celebrating with his players. This is a huge win for the program. And their attempt for pushing into the NCAA tournament, this win will certainly be key. A lot to talk about for the Tigers in the locker room. They'll come back out here tomorrow as the early morning game here in the Trinity National Invitational. They will play Covenant College at 11 a.m. Endicott fans, after you're done celebrating, make sure to tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, where Endicott will take on Covenant College. That will be an interesting match as well. But really, really impressive work by Endicott. They are certainly the deserving victor here in San Antonio. A lovely trip so far for the Gulls. They will look to leave with a winning record tomorrow. For everyone in the control room, for all our camera operators, for everyone running stats, and most importantly, for Josh Machugema and Jay Schoenberger joining me here in the press box. I've been Reed Rosales, and thank you for tuning in to the Tiger Network. We hope to see you tomorrow.